Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's 8:30 Central, and of course, I should say it's 8:30 Eastern and 7:30 Central. Welcome to the GlobalOne webinar call. We've got a very special guest on this evening, and in fact, we are underway. We're recording our call, so it will be made available immediately after the call, the conclusion of the call. Just hit that replay link, the same link that took you right into the webinar, and you can replay the actual webinar call that's live right now. Well, folks, without further ado, we've got a gentleman on the line here who comes from a very strong background. Heavy network marketing individual, certainly one that's been recognized around the world. Oftentimes you see this gentleman on stage receiving numerous accolades for his particular contributions in building very large organizations. He's very familiar, very comfortable in group presentations, quite known for his training abilities, a spokesman for many companies, and a member of our organization here at GlobalOne. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me bring on to the microphone Bill. And before I do, Bill, when you're all set, just pass the mic back to me. Welcome to the call, Bill. It's all yours.
Well, fantastic. Thank you very much, JP. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you perfectly clear. Thanks.
Fantastic. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As JP said, my name is Bill, and folks, as we get closer and closer to launch time, you'll begin to hear from more than one voice in the company, bringing you diverse personalities that people from all around the world will be able to relate to. Now, bear in mind with me while I speak a little fast, as I have a lot of information to cover in a short amount of time. And remember, these calls are recorded, and you're encouraged to come back and listen. Now, folks, it has been a fantastic week around the world. I'm talking about unprecedented numbers coming into this business. I'm super excited to be on the call tonight to talk about some amazing things, but make no mistake about it, I'm not going to be talking about things that are pure hype, folks. I'm going to be speaking about things that will begin to manifest in a very short period of time in a very big way. Now, for those of you who have been on some of these calls before, you may hear some information that you've already heard before, but keep in mind we have thousands of new people joining every day, and they haven't heard some of the things that you've already heard. And some of the things that I'm going to say you need to hear again, and you're going to hear some things that you haven't heard if you've already been on this call. But make no mistake about it, by the end of this call, rest assured, you're going to be even more convinced that you are part of one of the greatest companies the world has ever seen. Now, for those of you who are brand new, the most important thing you can be sure of is that this is a solid business that you can be part of for years to come. Not only is this a long-term business that you can be part of for years to come, but this is a business that is about to unveil some of the most unique and innovative products and services that the world has ever seen, and certainly that I've ever seen. Now, becoming part of GlobalOne companies, you are also now part of, I think, the most amazing charitable and humanitarian effort the world has seen in decades. I think maybe ever. Now, many of you folks, you've never been involved in a company during pre-launch. Some of you have, some of you haven't. Now, folks, it's just a little bit different, okay? There are strategies we need you to remember that we need to stick to so that we don't release certain information until opening day. And trust me, we have really good reasons for that. So I strongly encourage you to be patient, realize where you are in this process and just how incredible that is. There are thousands of people all around the world who are joining this company, and we haven't even launched. Folks, our Alexa rankings are staggering. I can remember 2 to 3 weeks ago, I was taking a look at the Alexa rankings, and they were somewhere around 20, 30. We were about the 30,000th most visited website in the world, and that was pretty amazing. But, folks, right now, tonight, we are the 2,119th most visited website in the world. Out of how many? Some say over 600 million. Some say there's billions of web pages. Staggering, folks. We are now the 1,055th most visited website in the United States. You know what? It's even more staggering when you see our progress and recognition in other countries. Hey, folks, do you know anybody in Canada? if you do, you might want to get on the phone and talk to them, because we're the 757th most visited website in that country right now. That means there are so many people talking about this company. If you don't talk to those people, somebody else is going to. Now listen, in Australia, we're already the 795th most visited website in that country. We're the 123rd most visited website in Russia. Folks, in so many countries around the world already, our Alexa rankings are below 500. There are even businesses that are similar to ours that they've been in business for at least over a year. We're beating them in the Alexa rankings. As a matter of fact, one business that's fairly popular, for a long time considered maybe the number 2 business in a similar industry, they're up around 5,000. We're 2,119. And again, I like to say it, we haven't even launched yet, okay? If you haven't already, here's the next thing I'd like to say. Going forward, as we get closer and closer to launch, and that's right around the corner, I have to encourage you to encourage your referrals to log into that back office, become familiar with it. Folks, don't take the information in that back office for granted. Okay, under the News tab section, you should scroll down all the way to the bottom, start listening to previous teleseminars that will help you become more and more familiar with this company and how we are poised to change the world. Now, as you work your way up through the previously recorded calls, you're going to run into the 3 compensation plans that are discussed. Spinfinity, patent pending, world's never seen it before. It's unbelievable. Go Global Profit Pool and Infinity. I like to call that the sleeping giant. I urge you to become familiar with those as much as possible, as it will help you be more comfortable in answering any questions. You're not going to understand them 100% right now, but just get yourself, if you can, as familiar with them as you can. Now, in particular, please pay special attention when you're looking at those webinars in your back office to one particular webinar. It was on August 2nd. It's called GlobalOne, The Big Picture. Now, if you're on this call tonight, folks, and you haven't heard that teleseminar as of yet, I strongly encourage you to listen to that as soon as possible. Now, if you've already listened to that teleseminar, you know what? I encourage you to go back and listen to it again when you have time. And the reason why, I listened to that. I listened to it the first time, and, I was quite stunned to listen to what our amazing founder, Scotty Evans, was saying. Folks, after I listened to that the first time, I thought, wow. When I listened to that the second time, folks, I didn't sleep that night, okay? This is just some amazing information that you really need to hear. I'll come back to why that's so important a bit later, but there are certain things that this company is about to unveil to the world that folks, are going to disrupt entire industries, overnight game changers, folks. Now, some things we can mention, but now, as you should have read in your terms and conditions, there's some things that we can't, and we've got great reasons for them, and you're going to understand when we launch what those reasons were. Rest assured, though, when we do unveil some of these game-changing products, okay, you're going to be able to see how they fit into the genius plan of Mr. Scotty Evans and the GlobalOne company team. So right now, you that are new and you that have been in for a bit longer, you can be confident. You have joined a long-term business. Now, some of you have had the opportunity to join as a founder, and that window it's not available anymore. But I need everybody to realize who isn't a founder, that doesn't by any means mean that you can't participate in potentially the greatest humanitarian effort and lucrative business opportunity that the world has ever seen. Now, many on the call tonight were attracted to this company as a result of your interest and familiarity with penny auctions, and that's wonderful. But what we need you to remember is that this company always was and always will be about so much more than a penny auction. This company is very diverse, people, and it's not going to be a one-trick pony. This is not a pop-up tent overnight, here today, gone tomorrow, folks. We have multiple businesses that you will be able to participate in with a range of products and services that are very exclusive and unique. Now, listen, GlobalOne always planned to be different from other penny auction sites by taking some of the fun features of penny auctions, using points, using a marketing machine to help those who are not great at referring other people.
We always plan to roll things out in just a little bit different way, in a different business model. We plan to add multiple businesses to this business model so that you could manage those businesses through your website. Now, the reason for this is because GlobalOne Companies was and is a visionary company. Folks, they knew that we would need much more than a penny auction site to sustain a long-term solid business that you could be proud to participate in for years to come. Now, this brings me to the next announcement. Now, listen, simply as an act of class and professionalism, in light of folks' concerns about the penny auction model, we've chosen, now even though we feel we have a great penny auction model that we always said would be different anyway, but just as a precaution, we've chosen to ease concerns. We're going to bring that back in the shop, have it re-examined, rechecked by the attorneys again, so that if we should decide to roll that out, that side of our business, you'll know that we showed respect and professionalism, and we had everything rechecked. So we will not be rolling out the penny auction portion of the business when we launch, and you're going to see why. We're going to be showing you how you can benefit from multiple other businesses offering unique and innovative products on your websites. And you're going to have some of the features that, if you liked penny auctions, you're going to have some similar features, okay? You'll have the points. You'll have a marketing machine. You're going to have 3 different compensation plans, though. GlobalOne Companies has entire businesses that you can participate in, getting paid via the Spinfinity, Infinity, and Global Profit Pool compensation plans all at the same time. And I encourage you to get familiar with them, because when you really grasp this, folks, I'm telling you, it is mind-boggling. Now, many things make GlobalOne very different, and please understand this. First of all, here's one thing that makes us different. Let me tell you, we haven't launched yet, okay, folks? What do I mean by that? Okay, that gave GlobalOne the ability to watch what has worked in this industry and what hasn't worked. And we are in the best possible position that we could possibly be in. So, as a recap, adding some extra things, and we want you to remember what our founder, Scotty Evans, has said on that call, the big picture, August 2nd, 2012. Listen, that is that GlobalOne has an unmatched number of partnerships with companies all around the world, connections that are second to none. Now, some of those partnerships are with major well-known retail companies that will allow us to bring products that are maybe typical of a penny auction, but also products that are not. Things that, maybe you've always wanted. Things like perhaps maybe you've wanted a Rolex watch and you really never wanted to pay the price for it. Maybe you wanted to buy it as a gift for somebody. We're going to have things like diamond earrings. And you know what? I am beyond excited that we're going to be offering things like gold and silver and collectible coins. So we're going to have typical things, and we're going to have very exclusive products that you'll be able to get yourself and offer to others as well. Now listen, GlobalOne Companies also has other unique partnerships. Now understand, these are with companies such as eco-science and biotech companies that allow us to offer products the world has never seen before. They are going to launch this company into the greatest humanitarian effort the world has seen. What are some of those products, and how are they going to bring attention to you and your website? Well, let me just tell you a few. I can't disclose a lot of them, okay? But how about a spray that can sterilize a room within 3 minutes, allowing desperately needed surgeries to take place all around the world in conditions that are just unsanitary. And normally, if a surgery was performed in those environments, the infection would set in, and it would just be a completely null and void process. That's a product right there, a spray that can sterilize a room within 3 minutes, allowing those desperately needed surgeries. And you know what, folks? We've already got a waiting list of thousands of doctors. They're just waiting for it right now, but we haven't launched yet, okay? How about a product, 1 kilo of which can purify hundreds of thousands of liters of water, okay? How is that going to change the world, folks? There are people in remote regions of the world that are forced to drink unsanitary, contaminated water. We have a product, 1 inexpensive kilo of which can purify hundreds of thousands of liters of water. That is a game-changing product that is going to bring massive change to the quality of life for people in those remote regions of the world that desperately need it. Now, we will be unveiling a future product as well that we're even turning salt water into drinking water. Unbelievable. Okay, how about an agricultural breakthrough that is the only solution to the number one reason for financial loss in the cattle industry all around the world? You know, you can do your research on how large the cattle industry is. We're talking large, okay? We're talking, we have game-changing products that are going to affect billion-dollar industries. How about a product, ladies and gentlemen, that food can be treated with that not only sterilizes the food, but preserves it for 1 to 2 weeks longer? Who ever heard of that? I haven't. But you know what that's going to do? That's going to allow food to get to people in remote regions of the world that desperately need it. When normal food transported those distances would spoil, and by the time it gets to those suffering people, they have to eat it anyway, and they get sick, and that whole process is null and void. This product is a game changer. Folks, these products are going to help launch the greatest humanitarian effort the world has seen in decades, and folks, we have hundreds of game-changing products like these that we will be rolling out over time, and we will have testimonial videos that will be on your website demonstrating in mass effect how those products are creating unprecedented change. You think that's going to bring some attention to you and your website? So listen, we encourage you at this point to refer as many people as you can who are interested in several participation points, starting at purchasing just $10 worth of product every month, and teach them to find 10 more referrals to do the same. If you can do that, you're going to be in a pretty nice position at launch. Now, for many who are six-figure earners on this call, I know that probably doesn't seem like much to you. I deal with six-figure earners all the time, but I can tell you right now, when we roll out how this business model looks, and you really grasp these three, I like to call them turbine engines, these three compensation plans, you're going to see that that's going to put people in a decent place to start. Now, no question about it, there are people already in this company that have over 1,000 people in their organization, and that is amazing. And for you leaders, I would ask you to step up, walk your referrals through the back office, walk them through the three comp plans, and don't take the back office for granted. There's some great information in there. Start teaching your referrals tips that you've learned in the industry for growing a business, create groups, share information, keep them plugged in. Remember, folks, when you're showing this business to people, we are in the sorting business, okay? Some people are going to do this business, some won't. Some people that you thought would be interested in this business won't be interested, and you'll be like, wow, don't get discouraged. Some of the people that you didn't think would be interested in this business, they're going to be like, wow, can I see that? Now, listen, just remember, some won't now, some will later, okay? Just make sure that you show this business to everyone. Don't prejudge anybody, because if you don't show it to them, sooner or later somebody else will. Now, those that are having the greatest success right now so far in this business, they're the ones that are just getting it out there. They're showing it to everybody, okay? Now, people, listen, simply letting everybody know using every form of communication available is the best thing that you can do to start something that's going to change the world, and that's the best thing that you can do right now. Because you know what, folks? It is go time. We are right around the corner from launch. This is huge. Watch our Alexa rankings. I don't even know if I've ever seen this many people join a business in pre-launch. We are right around the corner. Tell everyone you know. We want you to market this business in an ethical and a responsible way that will preserve the integrity of this company for years to come. And if you can do that, if you can do the things that you've heard me speak about on this call, hopefully you will be in an amazing position for our launch date, which is right around the corner. Now listen, don't reinvent the wheel. Don't make it overcomplicated. We're doing the work behind the scenes. I can tell you right now, this team, this company is full of experts that are working around the clock, getting very little sleep, and we're doing it to make your job easier. All you need to do is join for free. Tell your referrals that they can join for free at this point. There are no membership product purchase levels that are going to be paid right now, but that time will come 5 days before we launch, and that will be announced. You'll have a 5-day window before we launch to choose what level of participation you want to join in. Now, this thing is growing so fast. Again, I encourage you to sponsor as many people as possible. It's free to join, but don't think for 1 second that this company cannot benefit people who are short on finances and just want to join without upgrading and see how it goes. Or don't think that this company can't benefit people who just want to come in at say, a $10 level. There is a genius plan behind the compensation structure of this company, and I think that's going to win. We should have an Academy Award in the direct sales industry for these 3 compensation plans that I've never seen in my life in 20 years. Again, remember to listen to the Back Office Teleseminar of August 2nd, 2012, the big picture. Folks, please be patient with what we can't unveil at this time. I assure you it's going to be worth it. But as you listen to Scotty Evans on that call, read between the lines. Folks, hear the inaudible, see the invisible, and believe the incredible. Back to you, JP.
Fantastic, Bill, and thank you very much. You know, folks, Bill summed it up quite simply for you. It is go time. It's a game changer. Are you going to play? We all are, and we're having a great time. As a reminder, we do have a call coming up Thursday evening at that same time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Along with that, this upcoming Saturday will be our second training class. That's right, a simple training by the book, kind of give you a little roadmap of where we're going, where we are, and how to continue the momentum that is swinging in GlobalOne's favor. Folks, it's all about professionalism, ethics, and doing it in a responsible manner. Until we meet again, Bill, I want to thank you once again. Excellent job. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to conclude our GlobalOne webinar call. We look forward to having you join us on Thursday evening's call. Again, that's 5:30 Pacific, 7:30 Central, and or 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Have a great evening. This is JP. We'll see you Thursday night. Good night, everyone.